Welcome back to Tales by WZ. In today's story, we explore a man who discovers, the day before his wedding, that his fiancée is secretly married to her maid of honor and has been using him as an insurance policy. As you listen, notice the moment where you think he was right to walk away and shut the whole thing down. My fiancée said, "You'll regret this." I replied, "I already do, actually." Then I canceled the wedding, packed her boxes, spoke to my lawyer, and watched as her marriage and years of lies started crashing down around her on what should have been our wedding day. I am 33, and a few days ago I thought I was getting married tomorrow. Instead, I am sitting in my apartment at lunchtime, surrounded by boxes of someone else's belongings, drinking bourbon and trying to understand how my life flipped this fast. I was with my fiancée for 3 years. I really believed she was the one. We met at a friend's housewarming party, bonded over hating IPAs and loving true crime podcasts. It felt simple. Normal. Easy. After about a year, we moved in together. She is a graphic designer, mostly freelance. I work in commercial property management. 2 regular people living a regular life. At least that is what I thought. Her maid of honor flew in about a week ago. Old college best friend from art school. My fiancé was over the moon about her being here for the wedding. They were glued together. Dress fittings, venue meetings, late nights with wine. I thought it was standard pre-wedding best friend stuff. I had met the maid of honor twice. Once on a video call when my fiancé showed me old college photos, and once at our engagement party where she seemed quiet and a bit distant. I did not think much of it. Then yesterday happened. I was working from home, catching up on paperwork. My fiancée and her maid of honor were out doing a final walk-through at the venue. My fiancée's laptop was on the kitchen table, pinging with email notifications. Before she left, she had asked me to check if the florist had sent the final invoice. So I opened her email, found the florist message, and paid it. Then I saw a folder in the sidebar I had never noticed before. Just labeled personal with a strange tag. Something in my gut twisted. I am not proud of what I did next, but I clicked it. There were 5 years of emails between my fiancée and her maid of honor, and they were not talking like old college buddies. They were talking like a couple. A long-term couple, like a married couple, because they were married. There were anniversary emails. I cannot believe it has been 3 years since we got married. There were pet names. There were explicit photos I wish I could erase from my mind. There were messages about keeping 2 separate homes because of family expectations. There were lines about when we can finally be open about us. This was not a crush. This was a whole secret life. Then I found the email from the day I proposed. Right after she said yes to me in person, she wrote to her maid of honor. The maid of honor had sent, "So you are really doing this, marrying him?" My fiancé replied, "It is not forever. You know my parents will cut me off if I do not settle down with a guy. He is stable. He has a good job. He will not ask too many questions. We just ride this out for a few years, build up some assets, then I can divorce him and we will finally have the financial security to be together openly. You are my real wife. He is just the insurance policy." Insurance policy. 3 years of my life, reduced to that. Sometimes one sentence shows you exactly what you mean to someone. I kept reading. There were plans about how they would keep up the act. Jokes about my salary, my benefits, my retirement account. Notes on how she should position herself in a divorce to get the most money. Timelines about when to make her move. My hands shook while I took screenshots. I copied the whole folder to a USB drive quietly, carefully. It took about 20 minutes. It felt like hours. I put her laptop back exactly where it had been. Then I walked to my office, shut the door, and just stood there. The hurt was sharp. The anger was worse. But under both, I felt this strange calm. My brain switched to practical mode while my heart tried to catch up. I called my attorney. He normally handles commercial lease stuff for me, but I knew he did family law too. I told him what I had found. Sent the emails and screenshots. He was silent for a long moment, then said, "Do not confront her." "Not yet. This looks like fraud. And if she went through with the wedding while still married, that is bigamy. Let me review this. I will call you back soon. Do not tip your hand. This is one of those moments where staying calm is more powerful than any shouting match. While I waited, I started making calls. First was the venue. I told the manager there was a family emergency and the wedding could not proceed. She tried to talk me into rescheduling. I kept repeating that it needed to be canceled. Lost the deposit. I did not care. Then the caterer, the photographer, the band, the florist, the hotel with the room block, the transport service. One by one, I called everyone and canceled. Most people were kind once I said family emergency. Some sounded annoyed. It cost me around $20,000 in deposits. It still felt like the cheapest part of the day. My attorney called back. This is solid evidence, he said. We are looking at fraud and bigamy if she had married you. I am drafting letters now. Do not argue with her. Pack her things. Change the locks today. Document everything. I will have paperwork ready tomorrow. I called a locksmith. He came late that night and changed the locks. My fiancée came home earlier before that. She walked in with the maid of honor, laughing and glowing. She talked about how perfect the venue looked, how beautiful tomorrow was going to be, how her best friend had helped so much. I ordered Thai food. We ate at the table. She talked about seating charts and vows and last-minute details. I said the right words back. Inside, I felt empty. She went to bed early, said she needed her beauty sleep. After she fell asleep, the locksmith arrived. Once he left, I began packing. I took every piece of her clothing, every bottle in the bathroom, every art supply that was hers, every little item. I packed her laptop, her tablet. Everything that belonged to her went into boxes stacked in the spare room. On top, I left an envelope from my attorney. It explained everything. It listed the evidence of her existing marriage, the fraudulent engagement, the demand for my expenses back, and a notice that she had 48 hours to remove her belongings. I slept maybe 2 hours on the couch. In the morning, I heard her alarm, heard her moving around. The bedroom door opened, then silence. She stood in the hallway holding the letter. Her face was white. "We need to talk," she said. "Actually," I said, "we do not." "You went through my private emails," she said. "That is illegal." She really said that first. "You are married to someone else," I said. "You lied to me for 3 years. You were planning to marry me while still married. That is fraud. I want you out." "That marriage is not real," she said quickly. "It was just for insurance after college." "It is not like that." "The emails say it is exactly like that," I said. "Your stuff is packed. You have 2 days." She started crying. "Please," she said, "let me explain. It is not what you think." "So you are not married to your maid of honor?" I asked. "You were not planning to divorce me after you got what you wanted. I am not your insurance policy." Her face flushed. She had nothing. "I cannot believe you violated my privacy," she said. "And I cannot believe you plan to commit bigamy," I said. "Here we are, leave." "This is my home too," she said. "The lease is in my name," I said. "You are not on it. Legally, you are a guest. My attorney confirmed it. You have 2 days to get your stuff." "I am calling the police," she said. "Go ahead," I said. "Tell them your boyfriend found out you are married to someone else." She disappeared into the bedroom and shut the door. I heard her on the phone, voice rising. I made coffee. An hour later, she came out with an overnight bag, mascara streaked, eyes red. "You will regret this," she said. "I already regret the last 3 years," I said. "The door is that way." She left. I called the building and told them she no longer had access. I left notes at the front desk and on the system. Then I sent a group text to my immediate family and close friends. "Wedding is canceled. I am fine. Please do not contact her. I will explain later." My mom called almost right away. "What happened?" she asked. "She has been married to someone else for 5 years," I said. "The maid of honor." There was silence on the line. "You are joking," she said. "I wish I was," I said. Update 1. The wedding was supposed to happen yesterday. Instead, I spent the day watching my ex-fiancée and her actual wife try to intimidate me into backing down. After I kicked her out, her parents called. Her dad tried to sound calm. "I am sure there is some misunderstanding," he said. "Let us talk this through like adults." "Your daughter is legally married to her maid of honor," I said. She was planning to marry me as well. There is no misunderstanding. Silence. That is a serious claim, he said. It is documented fact, I said. Ask her. He hung up. My ex started texting from random numbers. You are destroying my life over nothing, one said. Everyone thinks I am a monster. You owe me a face-to-face talk. I blocked every number as it came in. I did not owe her anything. Then the front desk called on what should have been our wedding day. Sir, the concierge said, there are 2 women here insisting they need to see you. Your ex-fiancée and another woman. Should I send them up? Part of me wanted to say no. Another part wanted to hear what lies they would try. Send them up, I said. I left my door slightly open and waited. Soon I heard the elevator and footsteps. My ex and her wife appeared together in the hallway like a united front. The wife wore jeans and a hoodie. My ex was dressed up like she still wanted today to feel like something. Can we come in and talk? My ex asked. No, I said. The hallway is fine. The wife stepped forward. Look, she said, there is clearly some misunderstanding. You married her 5 years ago, I said. She got engaged to me 8 months ago. She was about to marry me while still married to you. Where is the misunderstanding? It is more complicated than that, she said. My ex cut in. The marriage was for practical reasons, she said. Health insurance, money. It was not supposed to be permanent. Funny, I said, because the emails where you call each other wife and plan your future say something else. The wife's eyes widened. What emails? She asked. What do you mean call each other wife? She turned to my ex. You told me you explained everything to him, she said. You said he knew about us and was fine with it. I actually laughed. She told you I knew, I said. She said you were okay with her being married to me, the wife said, that you had some arrangement. My ex's face went red. That is not exactly what she started. So you lied to both of us, I said. Good to know you are consistent. The wife focused fully on her now. You told me this was all open and honest, she said. You were just going to marry him on paper and it would not matter. You were going to let him stand there in front of everyone and did not plan to tell either of us the whole truth. My parents were going to cut me off, my ex said. You needed what? The wife said. His money. His benefits. You know that was part of it, my ex said. But you and I are solid. I love you. He is just what? I asked. Just the guy paying for everything while you lie to both of us. They started arguing with each other right there, voices getting louder, accusations going back and forth. This is what happens when double lives crash into each other. After a minute, I cut in. This is all very dramatic, I said, but why are you here? My ex turned to me, tears starting again. You need to tell people the truth, she said. Tell them it was a mistake. My family and friends think I am some kind of con artist. You are, I said. You lied, used me, hid a whole marriage, planned to divorce me for money. That is a con. I am not, she said. I loved you, I still do. This is a huge misunderstanding. You loved my salary, I said. Do not twist it. The wife shook her head. That is all you ever talked about, she said. His apartment, his pay, his benefits. You never stopped. Shut up, my ex snapped at her. A neighbor's door opened a crack, then closed again. We are done, I said. Do not come back. My laptop, my ex said. I need it. All my work is on there. It is in your boxes, I said. So let me in to get it, she said. No, I said. Contact my attorney to arrange pickup. His number is in the letter. That is insane, she said. Just let me grab it. You lied to me for 3 years, I said. You are going to commit bigamy. I do not trust you in my home. The wife grabbed her arm. This is pointless, she said. Let us go. I am not leaving without my things, my ex said. Then I am calling the police for trespassing, I said. Trespassing, she said. I was going to marry you. You are already married to her, I said, nodding at the wife. So legally you have zero claim here. I started dialing. The wife dragged her toward the elevator. The doors closed on her protests. My attorney called later. She left me a voicemail, he said. She says she will sue for her belongings and for you accessing her email. Can she? I asked. She can try, he said. But you were on your own couch, using a laptop in a shared space, looking for business emails she told you to check. And to make a case, she has to admit she is married to someone else. I doubt she wants to do that. He was also sending a demand letter for my financial losses, wedding costs, gifts, and damages. Her friends started messaging. The story they had heard was that I was cruel, controlling, and had blown up a college marriage that meant nothing. I answered one. "She is married to someone else and planned to marry me anyway," I wrote. "That is not a mistake, that is fraud." They blocked me after that. I let them go. Wedding gifts started arriving. My mom helped return them. One of my old roommates sent expensive whiskey with a note that said it was for dodging a bullet. I kept that one. Her texts and calls kept coming from new numbers. Her mom left crying voicemails about how I was destroying her daughter's life. I blocked and saved everything. My attorney kept building his file. Update 2. About 2 weeks after the canceled wedding, things got worse before they got better. My attorney sent a formal demand to my ex and her parents. It listed every deposit, the honeymoon I had already paid for, major gifts, and compensation for fraud. Total, $50,000. Her dad called my attorney and left a long, angry message about harassment and extortion and a mutual decision to end the engagement. My attorney simply added it to the folder. Then my ex filed a police report saying I was holding her things hostage. 2 officers came to my apartment. I showed them my lease, explained she was not on it, showed them the letter saying she could collect her belongings through legal channels, and mentioned the whole already married situation. The older cop sighed. "She needs to handle this through lawyers," he said. "This is a civil matter." They left. Later I heard she had a meltdown at the station when they refused to arrest me. She started calling my office next. When the receptionist stopped putting her through, she asked for my boss. She told him I was unstable and dangerous and that he should check on me because I was having a breakdown. My boss called me in. "I got a strange call," he said. "Want to explain?" So I did. I showed him copies of the marriage record I had pulled, some of the emails and the timeline. He shook his head. "This is insane," he said. "We will block her number. Do not worry about your job." Then her wife made a public post on social media. It talked about abusive men who cannot handle their partners having close female friends and call it control. She did not name me, but it was clearly about me. Supportive comments rolled in. My sister saw it and called me furious. "She is painting you as an abuser," she said. "My brother beat me to it," she added later. He commented under the post, "Interesting that you are married to his ex-fiancée and helped her commit fraud, but he is the controlling one." The post disappeared within an hour. Enough people had seen it. Their parents' lawyer called mine with an offer. $8,000 and a non-disclosure agreement. Pay me to stay quiet. "They are lowballing," my attorney said. "They know they are at risk. The NDA is for them, not you." We countered at $25,000, no NDA. They came back with 15 and said the NDA was required. I sat with it. The money was less important than the idea. They wanted to buy my silence so they could keep rewriting the story. "Reject it," I said. "No NDA." A few days later, I got a call from a number I did not know. "This will sound strange," a woman said, "but I am engaged to your ex-fiancée's wife." My brain stalled. "What?" I said. "She told me she divorced some college mistake," the woman said. "I did some digging after that social media drama and now I know she is still married, to your ex, who was engaged to you. I thought you should know." We talked for over an hour. It turned out the wife had been running her own scams, still married to my ex but also engaged to this new woman. She had planned a whole separate wedding. She had taken money from her too. "Are you going after her legally?" I asked. "Yes," she said. "I canceled our wedding and kicked her out. I am filing my own fraud claim, and I am not signing anything that shuts me up." We met in person and compared notes. The patterns were almost identical. Sometimes, when one person runs scams like this, you find more than one victim. 2 days later, my attorney called. "The other fiancée has contacted their lawyer with her demands," he said. "Now they are looking at fraud claims from 2 people and real risk of bigamy charges. They want to settle again." The new offer was $30,000, no NDA, and a written admission from my ex that she had lied about her marital status. The only thing they asked in return was that I agree not to push for criminal charges for bigamy. I thought about it. 30,000 would not cover everything, but it was something real. The written admission meant proof forever. Counter at 35, I said. If they agree, I will take it. They accepted the same day. We signed the papers. My ex signed a statement saying she had been legally married when she got engaged to me and that she had hidden it. The money landed in my account last week. The other fiancée did not back down. She pushed her own criminal complaints and civil case. Last I heard, the district attorney is investigating. Whether they press charges is up to them. My ex and her wife apparently turned on each other. Their families are burned out and tired. Her design work dried up. Clients do not want to be tied to someone under investigation for fraud. Her wife left the area. People say she moved to another state. The other fiancé is still trying to serve her, but it is hard to serve someone who keeps disappearing. My ex tried to come to my new building once. The front desk called. She is here asking to come up, they said. If she does not leave, I replied, call the police. She left. I moved to a smaller place closer to work, fewer memories. My family helped. My mother refused to take gas money. She just wanted to see me start fresh. Dating is not on my mind yet. I am in therapy, trying to untangle grief and relief. Grief for the future I thought I had. Relief that I did not marry someone running a long con on me. Work is steady. I closed a big commercial deal I had almost lost in the middle of all this. My boss gave me a bonus. My brother still jokes about me dodging a double wedding, but it is his way of checking on me. The money from the settlement does not fix everything. I am still down overall when I add up costs, fees, and the emotional toll, but I have my career, my health, my freedom. And I am not married to someone who called me an insurance policy. I am not going to pretend there was some positive gift in what she did. It hurt. It was ugly. It cost me. But I am deeply grateful I found out before vows, before kids, before a house with both our names on it. That chapter is over. I deleted the wedding folder from my email. That life is gone. This one is real. Smaller, quieter, more careful, but honest. Here are a few things I took from this story. Lesson 1. If someone treats you like a backup plan or an insurance policy, believe them and act accordingly. Love without respect is just a strategy. Lesson 2. Privacy matters, but so does safety. When someone is hiding a whole legal marriage, that is not privacy. That is deception. Lesson 3. Money and stability can attract people who see you as a solution, not as a partner. Watch how often they talk about your income compared to your character. Lesson 4. You do not owe silence to someone who has been lying to you for years. Protecting their reputation is not your job when they chose fraud. Lesson 5. Walking away before the wedding, before deeper legal ties, can feel like failure in the moment, but it can save you from a lifetime of damage. Lesson 6. When people run patterns of dishonesty, you are usually not the only one they have done it to. Finding the pattern can help you let go of the blame you put on yourself. What about you? If you discovered, days before your wedding, that your partner was secretly married to someone else, what would you do? And have you ever found out that a relationship you thought was honest was actually built on lies, and how did you handle it?